Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be witnessing a game on Calderis Refinery today featuring Deimos as the Orc Mech Boy and ValHero playing as the Chaos Sorcerer on the opposite side. This is a tournament game from the ongoing Elite League, the link for which is on the forums and also advertised in the Discord if you want to follow along. Don't believe, well actually no, you definitely won't be able to participate by the time I've uploaded this, because I'm not sure when I'm uploading it, but it will be later than right now, and even right now I don't believe you can play in it. But anyway, let's see how the match goes. So we've got double sluggers coming out from Deimos. This is actually becoming the meta for orcs right now, which is quite interesting. It's interesting because nothing's really changed between sluggers and shooters recently, but it's switched from being 2 shooters as the standard to 2 sluggers, even though 2 shooters was the standard for very many years. I mean, we're talking like 5 years plus. But I like it. There's a lot better scaling. Shooters are just a pain in that they don't scale very well. But talking of pains, the Mech Boy is also a pain for Chaos. Heretic's obviously unable to do anything against him because of his ability to teleport. So I'm going to try and bait back into the Doom Bolts there. Nicely dodged by Deimos. Kind of seemed like Val wasn't really sure who he was trying to Doom Bolt there, the shooters or the sluggers, and kind of hitting between them and ended up missing both. But I did like the attempt to infiltrate. Not only was that a little bit of damage resistance to the CSM, it was all deceit because really you wanted to fire off the Doom Bolts from an invisible position. I'm not sure if Deimos already seen the Sorcerer prior to getting infiltrated, probably. So here comes the Doom Blast, where's the Doom Bolts? There are the Doom Bolts. But the Heretics didn't commit to the fight, which is a bit weird. I would have thought if they committed with the Doom Bolts they'd have won that, but apparently not. Fast? Oh, wait, what? Eternal War? For the CSM? That's very weird. Indicated here by the plus icon, the damage buff upgrade for them. But that's power expenditure onto CSM early instead of a tier 1.5. That seems very odd. But hey, it's Mr. Interesting. Lands his Doom Bolts there, but only hits 3 of them because he didn't have enough energy. He's got an AC tick as well, so lots of upgrades, hence the double gens. Well, double gens for Deimos too, because he goes for the Pain Boy. Relatively cheap in terms of requisition cost. Also cheap in terms of upkeep cost, since he's only 5 pop. Yeah, wow, you can see quite a difference right now between the wreck incomes of both the players. Of course, this being decapped here for Val is quite impactful. That'll be the job of the Mech Boy. He's going to be doing that all game, teleporting over these ledges, these impassable areas, and causing a pain. Pain Boy's got a lot of synergy here with the double slugger build, and he's very nice to counter Doom Bolts. Since the Doom Bolts do splash damage, they can knock off like 60% of the HP of your squad, but it doesn't actually kill any models. So then if you drop down your little Git Source heal, you're back to full health. The damage over time will also negate some of the coruscating flame. Of course, you could say it the other way, and the healing over time that you get from the Git Source is negated by the damage over time from the coruscating flame, and indeed, the sluggers there taking on far too much. Wow, that was a lucky special from the Aspiring Champion into another lucky special from the Sorcerer. Is Deimos going to lose his Pain Boy? Damage over time from the Flame Sword is pretty scary against retreating units. We've got a Bolt Pistol. Wow. Wow, he loses the Pain Boy, but he did get the Gen Bash with the Burner Sluggers, so it looks really bad, but honestly, it isn't that bad at all, actually. Because now he can replace one of the sluggers that he lost with Storm Boys, who are, at least in tier 1, objectively better. They've got more HP, and they do more damage. Well, Did they do more damage? They do more damage per model, but they've got one less model. Well, they're probably similar. Probably do more damage to the CSM because of the power melee. But the fact they're 5 models, yet have higher HP than the 6 model burner sluggers. Yeah. Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. But obviously the most important thing here is that Deimos never lost his power. And Val did. So not only is that 325 requisition that Val just had to pay here, he also has lost out on a lot of power. VP's currently in favour of Deimos. The mech boy's doing really well, decapping everything, being a pain. And Deimos going to replace his pain boy. Maybe use him a little bit less aggressively. Fighting over here was quite something. Obviously he was trying to stall with the sluggers and the pain boy in combat there with the heal. He knew he wasn't going to win that fight, but he was delaying to get the bash. And I mean, he got the bash. It's just, you know, he was only meant to be delaying, not suiciding himself. But still no tier 1.5 from Val. Wow, he's going for Sigil and Vestments of the War? This is very strange. Very strange. We had a battery pack heal coming out from the mech here. But yeah, this is really rather terrifying. The flame sword and the teleport for more retreat killing potential. Should be a dead mech boy here. Yep, beautiful sync kill. Whoop. These heretics need to be careful though. Why are they staying in combat? What's he doing? Let's get them out, Val. Jeez. I don't know what the plan is. What? This is Val for you. Sigils the heretics out there. Yeah, I mean, with the pain boy, they can't win that fight. So I guess it makes sense. Just get them away, keep them in play, keep them active on the map control. It's just weird to get both Sigil and the teleport, because just think now, he's got Doom Bolts, Coruscating Flame, Teleport, and Sigil. He's got 4 spells, and he has nothing that gives him more energy regen. I mean, you can get more energy via consuming heretics, but still, he's never going to have enough energy to use all these optimally. Which is why you typically don't see the teleport in combination with a Sigil, because Sigil facilitates your melee getting into like setup teams or ranged blobs, and teleport kind of does the same thing. I mean, there's certainly utility to Sigil, as we've seen in that engagement. It had utility that the teleport couldn't offer, getting the heretics out of there while still keeping them active in terms of contesting map control. But it's just weird. Yeah, it's a lot of investment for such niche utility. And the consequence of that is that Val never was able to get any tier 1.5 with all these upgrades. You know, double Aspiring Champion, 3 War Gears, and then Eternal War on the CSM. It's a lot of upgrades, especially when you lose your power. So we've got the sluggers moving down the northeastern side here, trying to do something sneaky. I don't know if Val spotted it. What's he doing now? Oh, he was trying to nick the pain boy, but the pain boy stepped aside and dodged it. And then he scouts these sluggers and pulls back, and now he's going back in. What is he fucking doing? Oh, Val, you're the best. He really is, isn't he? So now he has no energy to use the Coruscating Flame on his heretics. Is he going to consume one? As they retreat, he could consume one and then put the flame on these other heretics. Nope. No, he's got the energy now. I'm not sure how much energy that costs with that ability. Yeah, then the CSM turn up as well. CSM should be shooting down the pain boy whenever they get the opportunity. And then you hope that you can catch him in retreat at some point. Don't know what the cooldown is either on the Coruscating Flame. Point blank Doom Bolts will do okay damage. Ooh, nice special. God, that special's so dangerous. A lot of damage on that special with the Flame Sword. Runs to the support of his boys, grabs some more energy by consuming one of them. Lucky heretic. It's going to be a Blood Crusher but it's going to be facing a Death Dread, which is not really a good matchup for the Blood Crusher, because the Blood Crusher doesn't have melee resist. But you can chip away at the Death Dread, because the Death Dread doesn't get healed with Worship like the Blood Crusher. Because Deimos lost one of his sluggers, he is going to have a little bit less repair support, but he's still got 2 because, again, Mech Boy. So likely going to see some Plague Marines to follow up. Plague Marines kind of notoriously good against Orcs in general. The damage of a Time Bolter is pretty damn effective against their light infantry. Snaring the very fast Orc vehicles is always nice. Having a mobile snare as well, rather than just being stuck with the Havoc, which is quite easy to avoid. Also helpful. Almost a little bit wreck-starved at the moment, so I can't get anything like Tank Busters to deal with the Blood Crusher. Getting his stronger Git Source, and indeed it's going to be Plague Marines for Val. Burners and bits of the Death Dread there doing tremendous amounts of damage to the Heretics as they try to soft retreat out of there. They got to fully retreat. Good focus fire from the CSM here, trying to get rid of this Pain Boy. He does distribute some stronger Git Source to his Gits before retreating out of there. And of course this is again all an attempt by Deimos to buy time for his naughty little Orc burner to burn down the gens. Burning down the gens is indeed what they're doing. Where are the Plague Marines? They're coming out. Now, you've got the ability to move these Plague Marines around a lot faster thanks to the Sorcerer. So you've got Sigil, and you've also got Warp. So you can teleport the Sorcerer forward with the Warp ability here, but then you've got the global Warp as well to then teleport the Plague Marines to the Chaos Sorcerer. So it's pretty great. The Sorcerer's AV is amazing for that reason. The fact that these guys snare, even though they're mobile. Like, this is a Cult of Speed Death Dread trying to rampage away. It should be moving incredibly fast, but obviously snared here. It was beautiful play. The attempt to tie up the Plague Marines with a Mech Boy, immediately Val engaged the Heretics onto the Mech Doom Blasted, so the Mech couldn't keep up with the pace of the Plague Marines, and he wipes it. And that's the power of Sigil of the Rift right there. He could have actually done that anyway, just by using the Warp Global onto the Plague Marines. It would have achieved the same effect. But technically, and actually, well, it works out fine. Technically, you can do a 1-2 with that, which is the beautiful thing. Like, you can Sigil them in, and then if it flees, you can then teleport the Sorcerer after, and then activate your Global, and then they teleport after it again. Like, this is some serious AV potential just from one Plague Marine. So yeah, dealt with the upgraded Death Dread, but it did burn gens down again. Shooter Boys there, still naked. They're basically just a capping unit. They're going to go cap the power over there. I wonder what the plan is for Deimos now. I just noticed Deimos is incredibly ahead in VPs. Wow. So far ahead. Probably wants to consider just going tier 3. Honestly, right now some knobs would be amazing. Can kind of just roll over all of Val's army with the tier 2 melee orcs and then some knobs. Unfortunately, at the moment, the K-Dread is bugged as well, so it doesn't have melee resist. So that's not really a valid option against the knobs. Get absolutely annihilated. Or it might have melee resist. I think it maybe only has minor melee resist instead of full. Either way, it's not viable. Mark of Zinch, fully upgraded CSM. It seems a bit of an odd purchase right now. I mean, it'd be good against knobs, right? But a bit of a strange purchase to go right now. Demonic Summoning, though, so not only is that calling in Bloodletters, but the Heretics, as they lose models, will be able to reinforce off of it. So generally that's a pretty nice engagement for them. Sorcerer putting on pressure onto the mech boy, trying to get the kill. Yeah, it doesn't manage it. One more hit would have killed it. It's going to refocus on the weird boy right now. Got to be a little bit careful with the Blood Crusher here, because that weird boy basic attack does do some scary damage, even to vehicles, if they stay immobile. And then the Blood Crusher lacking melee resist means that the high DPS power melee from the sluggers will actually hurt the Blood Crusher. But not that bad if he's in worship. Shooter's got caught out by the ticks there, just retreating off, a little bit of a side capping war. Okay, now they can turn around and fight with the support of the CSM, I guess. Seems a bit strange to go for the charge there, but okay. And now the Plague Marines advance, and you've got a decent tanky little range force here to force off the weird boy, who's going to be annoying. Bloodletters now. I'm telling you, dude, knobs would be even better than this weird boy. I feel like this weird boy is not really going to get a whole lot done, because Val's play isn't very static, and it's hard to hit moving targets with the weird boy. It's not like Val's a Plague Champion dropping shrines with Havocs and stuff sitting in cover. The weird boy's great against that shit, but Val's very mobile here. He's got the Sigil, he's got the teleporting Sorcerer. Really not sure about this weird boy. You know, with a big VP lead, that helps you go tier 3 and not lose, especially on a map like this. This is a map where it's very difficult to triple cap your opponent, but just in general to put pressure on the natural VP. Deimos has been doing a great job of that, but the fact he's got a teleporting hero helps a lot. You can teleport across these ledges. Normally having to walk all the way around, it's very, very difficult. Might lose his mech boy here to the Sorcerer. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I bugged. I think, honestly, he would have lost it anyway, but the Sorcerer would have had to have teleported in there. And then the Sorcerer would have had to retreat, rather than staying in play like this and proccing beautiful specials, disrupting the sluggers, who really need to be getting into melee with these Zinchka Space Marines who are outputting all their damage, but yeah, when they're proccing specials like that, not really able to. And of course, when you're near the Plague Marines as well, they have an aura that slows down nearby troops a lot. So that contributed to making it so that the sluggers couldn't get into melee with the Zinchka Space Marines there. Stormboy side capping over here. Shooters are now upgraded. Interesting. I guess count the Bloodletters. The light infantry, unlike the Marines. And interestingly, Val is now the one who's going tier 3. Don't you find that interesting? Deimos had the opportunity to go tier 3 so long ago. I think he's made a big mistake here. This is often a trap. As an Orc, you get stuck in tier 2. Really, as an Orc, you want to be in and out of tier 2 as soon as possible. Usually. I mean, you don't do it blindly. You can't just skip tier 2 all the time. That will lose you games. But ideally, you don't want to be in your tier 2 for too long. Because the thing is, with the exception of the weird boy, a lot of your assets bleed loads. I mean, you think about their squads. They don't get like dedicated tier 2 squads. I mean, you get tank busters and stick bombers, but they're not for infantry fighting. They're for very dedicated roles. They're not generalist combat units. Your generalist combat units are your tier 1 units with their leaders. Specifically the Slugger Nob Leader and the Stormboy Nob Leader. But it's oh no! Wait, no. I mean, he teleported them onto impassable terrain. Yeah, I mean, I assume he didn't want to do that. He obviously had a lot of shit there to deal with that. That's so funny. What is he doing? Val?
They'll be all dead, all of us.
Fuck's sake. What's this? You needed to do it here. Not at the bottom. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Val. Yeah. Val's a very good boy. So I believe this is sincere. He is a good boy. He's a good boy. He's always been a good boy. He's got a heart of gold, and that's why we love Mr. Interesting. But yeah, this is just fucking hilarious. I mean, this is I can just imagine Deimos being so tilted right now. The poor sluggers stuck behind this wall, even though they're literally taller than it, it's just impossible for them to vault. Meanwhile, Val's just waiting to get a super unit. To be fair, not that much power income. Oh, fuck me. I don't... Wait, what? The Plague Green missile launcher destroyed the wall by sheer RNG. What the fuck? And now they're able to escape. Wow. Crazy. This game sometimes. Hilarious. Alright. That was an interlude. Back to the combat, I suppose. Bloodcrush is going to lead the charge here. Quite literally. Looking like a good engagement here for Val. Though I don't know why the Bloodletters are idling in the back. That's not good for him. Sorcerer is doing what? Is he sigilling? What's he doing? Oh! Has he got subjugation? What's going on? Subjugation? Who did he subjugate? I'm so confused. Oh, he subjugated the mech boy, teleporting him forward to the Bloodcrusher to eat. And he gets the kill. I think that's what happened. How did the weird boy end up so far back? Dude, I just completely lost control of that engagement. Dark Flames on retreat. Oh, it's nicely placed. Wow. Close. Probably saved by the fact that they're level 2 there. Giving that knob a lot more max HP. Both players tier 3 right now. What that's doing. Oh, yeah, that's Deimos's units decapping that wreck. And the Bloodletters are going to put a lot of pressure on them. Wow, retreating straight through there as well. Yikes. They are gone indeed. Replaced with some commandos though, which are just objectively better shooter boys. Painboy still moving around, still active. Healing up the sluggers there, keeping them in play. Oh, there we go. Love the Dagger into rocks! And that first rock lands perfectly onto the clump. That's another one dead. That's another one dead. No, he didn't wipe the CSM. One of them managed to get out. How did he get there? I don't even know. He got the AC ticks. He killed the Aspiring Champion on the Chaos Space Marines and 2 models. I'd say that's probably worth the 500 red. And the little bit of red you got to pay for Love the Dagger. Val right now probably saving up for a Great and Clean one. Subjugates the commandos. Makes them burner bomb the floor to hurt all the sluggers. And it also takes out the commando's ability to shoot its rocket whilst the BC is engaging. Beamy mech in the background here. Not a lot of models though on the commandos, so... Oh, I see. Call the boys. He calls the boys arrive, and now Val needs to get out of there. Too many boys. It's a lot of boys. A lot of boys with yellow circles, by the way. I can't remember what the buff is that you get from Call the Boys. I think it's a damage buff. I don't know if it also buffs speed. Ooh, catches the Bloodcrusher there with the beamy at basically max range, and he is sent back to the warp. Looks like Val is nearly at the ability to get the Great and Clean one. Nearly. I assume that's what he wants. Great and Clean one is amazing against the Orcs. They don't have your typical plasma or inferno ranged weapons, which means they've got to try and kill it in melee. You don't want to be fighting a Great and Clean one in melee. I mean, Nobs can do okay, but not great. Especially when you're getting hit by Inferno Bolters with your Nobs. The Guo is disrupting you with its Pestilence Stomp. And then the Guo gets the Foul Snare, which pulls in a single model and stuns it and does good damage. It's basically like an awesome Flesh Hook. Great for killing annoying mech boys teleporting around, or sub-commanders like the Pain Boy. So I think the Great Unclean was a great choice, all in all. Commandos can't really do anything against it. The basic guns don't do anything because they're piercing. Rocket launcher's okay because it will hit it, because it's a big target, but it's not a vehicle. So it's not that good because AV weapons don't have a lot of DPS. Wow, beautiful subjugation there. Subjugates the commandos, love the Dakas all the orcs over, and they're fucked. They get completely routed. Deimos needs tier 3 units. Dude. Yeah, Deimos not going tier 3 earlier and investing so heavily in the tier 2 was a major mistake. The Weird Boy obviously didn't do anything. And nor did the shooters really. Not seen any unstable fuel injections from the Painboy, which is a bit weird. Painboy basically just being fed XP there onto the heretics. I take it back. It's all an elaborate bait to get Bloodletters and CS in retreat path where they kill him. Whoops. Damn. Damn, this looks really bad for Deimos. He's not seeing the Great Unclean right now. Hence he's going for another commando squad. He doesn't realise. Surely he must know Val's in tier 3. Val hasn't purchased anything for a very long time. Now he sees the Guo. Will he cancel his commandos? There's a Vomit. Vomit completely misses. Who are they subjugating? Oh, the commando? No, the Stormboys. Subjugates the Stormboys as the highest DPS option, I guess. Sorcerer needs to get out of there. Doesn't teleport out straight away. The Sluggers were focusing him down whilst he was channeling his subjugation, but this is a lot of damage coming in from the stomp of the Great Unclean One. Remember, you passively take damage just being near him as well. AoE damage. Not a lot. Foul Snare went out there on the knob, and you see it killed the knob. It does do a lot of damage. Damage is delayed on it for some reason. But yeah, the damage did come in there. And basically that was a very atrocious fight for Deimos. He has got his second commando squad, which is currently dealing with these Plague Marines. They'll be able to go in melee and handle them just fine. Commandos are pretty damn good in melee, nearly as good as Slugger Boys. Without the Slugger Knob, obviously. I don't know why they're running. They will easily beat this weakened Plague Marine in melee. Like, Plague Marines don't do any damage in melee. I think. I don't think they do anywhere near as much as CSM, right? Mech Boy probably going to fall here. CSM not shooting him? No, they are. Yeah, they get him. I don't really know what Deimos can do right now. Having the double commandos is not very effective against a Great Unclean One. This is the problem. This big Guo is just... he's just a pain. A great pain in the ass. Pulling in the mech every second. Just grabs your knob leaders and your actual decent units. Oh god. Infiltration saved that knob's life there. Or a swing from that Guo would have been very painful. Probably would have killed him. Still, he's really low on HP now, so he's going to have to be in base healing forever or coming back out again with little HP. Got some AC ticks on the field, presumably to keep the Guo healthy without having to retreat him back to the base via the worship. Taking a lot of damage here from the Mandos, which gets the Mandos a lot of XP. Already level 3 on the Mandos seems pretty cool. Where's the Guo? Guo a little bit out of position here, staying very close to the central VP. We've got a Sigil trying to move the the commandos down onto the mid. They do dodge it, well played by Deimos there, but nonetheless Val takes the opportunity to send the Bloodletters into melee with them. He's got the Guo on retreat path. The stomp from the Guo on retreat is very deadly, and that's obviously what he's trying to aim up here. And Deimos is not just retreating flat, he's trying to disengage. Beautiful vomit there, warps out his Bloodletters, so they're immune, while the vomit does a lot of damage to the Stormboys. A bit of a miss micro then though by Val. Not hitting the Stormboy Nob Leader on retreat. Where did the Sorcerer go? Oh, he's teleported back down to here because the Sluggers, level 4 Sluggers from Deimos, are decapping the mid, keeping Deimos in the play. In fact, right now, he is currently on 64 VPs whilst draining Val down. Wow, Deimos has lost a lot of VPs. I remember him being like 350 to 150 not so long ago. What is the point of that? Okay. Wait. They're not... Oh yeah, subjugated units don't take damage. I'm like, they don't take damage from their burner bomb. I thought burner bombs do friendly fire. Yeah, because it was subjugated. Silly Torpid. I don't really know what the point of that was with the Dark Flames. I was thinking, is he trying to delay the decap? But it's like, no, it's already capped, so... I don't know what the urgency was there to be using the red, but... I don't know what he's referring to as abuse. Infiltration with commandos. See, commandos do have 50% extra cap speed, so they are very good for running around the backlines whilst infiltrated and capping your points. Oh, Val lost the tick. Somehow, at some point. I don't know where. It's getting more. Presumably, yeah, just to get the ACs, have more detectors to stop all this pack capping. Commandos absolutely no match for these fully upgraded CSM in a ranged firefight though. Just catch them. Slays the Nob. Guo? That should be a wipe squad. Definitely a wipe squad. Doesn't even need to use his stomp. But this is nice from Deimos. He's really trying his best with the assets that he has, which are very limited. Gets right on the VP just as that Guo moves away to get the wipe, gets the decap and then legs it. Meanwhile, the Orc melee has flanked from the side. Yeah, technically can win this fight. These are only default heretics, so they're pretty friggin' useless at this point. Wiped. Stormboys just got teleported out. Now that is not a fight for the Stormboys to be taking. I don't really know what Deimos can do right now. Even a looted tank doesn't feel very good. Yeah, it can only go for another commander squad. Ah, man. That Rox has no setup and it's going to be easily dodged. Yeah, desperation plays at this point from Deimos. Obviously, he's getting very precariously low on VPs, which is concerning him. He's going to go for the concede. Some beautiful, beautiful Sorcerer play there. Very interesting players, as can only be expected from Mr. Interesting. And some really good Orc play. Really nice mech play in the early game. Very good map control pressure. I really think the vital mistake there was staying in tier 2 for too long and not getting Nobs, basically. I think Nobs really soon would have done amazing things this game for Deimos. And it's funny because you can't say that too often. They are quite a niche pick, especially compared to what they were like in the retail version of the game, where you just got them pretty blindly against everything. But yeah, I think they would have done amazing here. But nonetheless, a fantastic game. I hope you guys did enjoy that. Please leave a comment down below if you did, and if you want to see more of this kind of thing, you know where to find it. Join up with a Patreon. 40 exclusive casts on there. Torpid signing out.